Amina's Ramadan Ride, a book by Tiny Jannah Tales. This story is dedicated to all who love the Ramadan crescent. Amina grew up on a peaceful farm in Alabama, surrounded by wide fields and beautiful animals. Even as a little girl, she loved spending time with the animals, especially the horses. She would follow her father as they walked through the fields with their goats trailing behind and the horses grazing nearby. On Amina's 16th birthday, her father surprised her with the most wonderful gift, a beautiful, strong horse with a sleek brown coat. Amina was overjoyed and named her new friend Crescent, after the moon that starts Ramadan. Amina loved nothing more than riding Crescent through the countryside. She would gallop across the fields, picking fresh corn and delivering baskets of warm cornbread and vegetables to their neighbors. She and her father often baked cornbread together, a family tradition she cherished. One of Amina's favorite stops was Hajaradia's house. Hajaradia was an elderly woman who sold the best fresh milk and homemade treats. Amina loved chatting with her and hearing her stories while buying things for her family. The day before Ramadan began, Amina rode over to Hajaradia's house to buy milk for suhoor, the pre-dawn meal. She loved having warm oatmeal with fresh milk before the day's fast. But when she arrived, the front yard was empty. Hajaradia's usual boxes and baskets of goods were nowhere to be seen. Amina knocked on the door, and Hajaradia's husband answered. He told her that Hajaradia wasn't feeling well and had been resting all day. Amina knew that Hajaradia's children lived far away and there weren't many people around to help her. Worried and thoughtful, Amina had an idea. Amina rushed home and told her father about Hajaradia. Without wasting a moment, they began baking cornbread together. In their warm, cozy kitchen, they mixed cornmeal, eggs, and fresh milk, working side by side. Soon, the sweet, comforting smell of cornbread filled the air. A simple Ramadan gift, just in time for Hajaradia and her husband's suhoor. When the crescent moon rose in the sky, Amina wrapped the warm cornbread in a basket and rode Crescent through the night. The cool breeze brushed her face as she made her way to Hajaradia's house, ready to share a little kindness for the first night of Ramadan. Hajaradia sat up in bed, smiling warmly as she held the basket of golden cornbread in her hands. Ramadan Mubarak, Amina said softly. Jazakallahu khair, dear Amina, Hajaradia whispered, grateful for the thoughtful gift. Before heading home, Amina stopped in a field of wildflowers. Under the crescent moon, she picked a handful of blooms to decorate her home for Ramadan. As Crescent grazed nearby, Amina smiled, thankful that Allah had given her the chance to brighten someone's day. And she hoped this would be just the start of many more good deeds to come, insha'Allah. Thank you for reading along and listening.